Right, everyone. This is like an attempted review. I haven't done a review for ages now on here, and doing video reviews is difficult. It's been a long time since I've done one. I plan on reviewing some video nasties once in a while, as well as some giallos. So I want to give a shout out to, I don't think of his name. One RXmas1. I'll leave a link to his channel below. This guy knows his onions when it comes to giallos and Italian exploitation, man. I mean, like, his collection is amazing. Really good stuff. Got great taste in films. I love all that Italian exploitation, and I love giallos. I've probably altogether got about 20 giallos. I'd probably say my personal favourite one would be, well, obviously The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, along with Lizard and Woman's Skin. I've got a soft spot for that because I just love the psychedelic feel and the soundtracks. So that's one of the great things about these giallo films, is the soundtracks and the hot women, Italian women of the 70s. Yeah, I'm going to be reviewing The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, right? Which I got on Blu-ray recently. This is one of the nasties, one of the video nasties. It's been like 6 or 7 years since I've seen this film. I used to own it on DVD. I either lost it, or it got stolen, or I sold it, or the drill. So I saw it on Amazon, imported, Blue Underground, Region 3. Transfer is amazing on this, and the audio, the sound as well. If you've got a sound system, like I've got a sound system, my sound system cost me, like it was an older one, it cost me about 60 or 70 quid, like 5.1. It didn't have the remote control, but I got one for all, so it controls it. It's well worth investing in a surround sound system. It really has the effect, especially with Blu-ray. This Living Dead of Manchester Morgue is easily one of the best of the nasties list. There's some real stinkers on there. Don't look in the park. Don't go near the park. That one fucking stinks. I've made my way. I got Box of the Band 2. Evil Speak is another great one. I forgot about that one. That's a gem. Which You Came From the Sea is good as well. Evil Speak really is a horror classic. It's scary. It's pretty scary actually. I'll be reviewing that some other time. Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, originally titled Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. I think they should have gone for that title because it's more of a classy sounding title. Living Dead at Manchester Morgue makes it sound like the entire thing is set in Manchester, in a morgue, which it isn't. It's set in Manchester, but the lead characters are, I think, Londoners or something. There's a guy called George, who's a hippie. I think he's travelling from London, kind of thing. And he's like, the opening, he's riding on a motorcycle, and it has what has got to be one of the coolest fucking opening sequences ever, right? Because at first I just thought that it was just random. I was like, what the hell is this? But I was looking it up, and there's actually like some kind of symbology behind as to why it takes place. Basically, right, people are like, they're sort of driving to work, and there's like a couple of people on the streets. Like, you see one guy popping pills, you see one guy wearing a mask, to cover himself from germs and shit. And then they're all just sort of like driving around and also on the bus or whatever. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, there's this naked chick wearing like a fur coat. Right, there's a strobing. And she takes off she takes off a fur coat, stark bollock naked, runs across the streets, the traffic lights, and like no one really batters an eyelid. and apparently that's supposed to mean that, you know, like the people were already kind of like living dead in some way anyway. They're sort of like zombies kind of thing, where not even the sight of a naked woman can open up their eyes or anything. You know what I'm saying? Heavy shit. Yeah, it's a cool opening sequence though. It's just awesome, and the soundtrack at the start is funky as hell. Then, you know, eventually like it's like a Night of the Living Dead kind of thing, a little bit, but very character driven. There's like, it's a very underrated horror film. Not not just as a zombie film. It's probably one of my favourite zombie films, I think, now, along with Zombie Flesh Eaters. But you know, like it's a great social commentary about fascism. That's what, you know, Living Dead of Manchester Morgue is about, fascism, and you know, like the social structure kind of thing, you know, because the lead character George is like you know, like a hippie, a leftist kind of thing, and the inspector is a, you know, bit of a right-wing scumbag, you know, and neither of them really see eye to eye or anything. So there's like tension from the start there, you know. I don't want to give too much away, but it builds and builds, and it's really suspenseful. I was on the edge of my seat when I was watching it, man. You know, it's like you invest in the characters and all that sort of stuff. Then it starts to gradually build and everything, and it's not excessively gory like Zombie Flesh Eaters or The Beyond or See the Living Dead or anything. It's just you know, like regular. I mean, compared to the, you know, some zombie films these days, it's nothing really. And compared to Fulci zombie movies, which are probably the goriest, it's not particularly gory at all. But there's a guy on here, Lampyman101, reviews all the video nasties in a very professional way, with you know, including screen, you know, like clips of the films and everything, and, you know, spends ages editing them. And even he said Living Dead of Manchester Morgue is an excellent film. You know, I mean, like, with all the video nasties on there, the amount of crap, stuff like don't go near the park, which is just I watched it lately. It's just fucking dire film, man. It's just so bad. And there's ones that are on there that are even worse. You know, like Frozen Scream, I Miss You, Hugs and Kisses. You know, there's some crap bloody films on that nasties list, man. Living Dead of Manchester Morgue is a real standout for me. Because it's one of those films. I mean, it says on the, like, you know, someone DVD drive-in, one of the best zombie films ever made. And I'm willing to go along with that. It's a lot of people think that Dawn of the Dead was the film that inspired the later Italian zombie films, right? But it wasn't. I think this was actually one of the first. Came out about 1974. This is one of the. This is the one that influenced most of them. You know, this is the one that influenced the likes of you know, Fulci and all that sort of stuff. But obviously, you know, he made them very gory. This is a film that manages to be intelligent. It doesn't in any way insult your intelligence or anything like that. It's not like you know, like a, you know, like fucking Rob Rodriguez Planet Terror or something like that, or just, you know, seeing zombies being splattered or anything. You know, you've got to invest in the characters, and it's pretty well acted. I think, you know, they go through a lot of effort with the dubbing, you know, because it's like part Italian, part Spanish production. but set in England, you know. But that's one of the great things about it is despite that and the fact that it has mostly non-British actors like Italian actors and whatnot, it still feels like a British film. It feels like a Hammer horror film. It feels like an Amicus horror film or something. You know, it's got that feel to it. You know, it's atmospheric. It's dark. There's nothing comical about it. You know, it's a serious film, a horror film, and pretty intense, man. Towards the end, it's like it's, you know, kind of on the edge of your seat. You know, I don't think you even need to be a zombie fan to appreciate, because you know there's some films where you have to be a zombie fan to appreciate it for what it is. I mean, like with the Romero films, with this, you know, like the my favourite Romero zombie film is the original Night of the Living Dead. The original, that's a classic because of its simplicity, you know, because it's just a straight out horror film. I mean, like Dawn of the Dead was mixing action, elements of comedy and stuff like that, you know, and you know the third one, which I kind of prefer because it's darker, Day of the Dead. Night of the Living Dead is the best one to me because that's it's a dark film. It's a, you know, it's a horror film. It's, you know, doesn't mess around or anything. Living Dead of Manchester Morgue is up there with the best of them, with the zombie films. For what it is, which is an Italian 70s Italian exploitation film, I would, you know, I would happily give it a 10. Yeah, it's a cult classic. It's suddenly made me realise just how great it is. You know, it's certainly, you know, within the top 10 best video and best of the Nasties. You know, along with you know, like stuff like that's on the left, Possession, which is number 1. Cannibal Holocaust, I Spit on Your Grave. Fight for Your Life, you know, those kinds of films. Is this, out of all the Nasties, there's only a handful that actually contain anything of intellect. You know, that actually sort of has something to say that makes you think a little bit after you've seen it. That touches upon social commentaries and stuff. And this is one of the few. It's a great movie. That's all I gotta say. It's a great film. The Blu-ray is fucking. It looks amazing. It looks like a brand new film. It's a great transfer. The audio's great. It's yeah. I'm chuffed I got this, man. Living Dead of Manchester Morgue. Great film. Yeah, I think they should have stuck with the original title, Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, because it sounds more classy, you know. So, I mean, yeah, very influential film, influenced the likes of Return of the Living Dead and some of the later films. It's really it's very overlooked, So that's about it. I'll leave a link to the trailer below and all that, and to I can't pronounce the Xmas one, Xmas one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. And I'll be doing soon more of an update of my other Nasties, which includes Box of the Band 1 and 2 and the Video Nasties documentary. And then I'll be doing my Video Nasties on Blu-ray, because I'm still waiting for Dead and Buried and the Toolbox Murders. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.